And now for another math lesson from Miss Conti's living room. Okay, so welcome back. As promised, I'm going to show you how to do short division with remainders, okay? And I just want to quickly go over what a remainder is, okay? So if I have 12 divided by 5, all right? We know that 12 cannot be divided by 5, and we know that there will be some left over. So I'm just going to draw 12 circles here. This is just my rough work, right? So we're going to divide it into groups of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's divide that here. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dividing that here. And then we have 2 left over. So the way that we write this as an answer is we have 2 whole groups of 5. So the answer is 2. And then for the leftovers, we write R, which is remainder, and then we write however many we have left over, which in this case is 2. So a remainder is anything that is left over. Okay? So now that we have got that and we understand that, let's get started on our division question. Okay, so the 4-digit division question by a 2-digit divisor that we are going to look at today is going to be 25. Okay, 25 is going to be divided into 1,723. Let's actually make that a bit more spaced out. There we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is remember, we're going to find the multiples here. Okay, so we're going to do repeated addition or counting up in 25. So 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, and I'm going to stop there. You guys can use a calculator to find these multiples, especially if we're working with numbers that are not so easy to add up through repeated addition. That is fine, but that is the only time you are allowed to use the calculator. Okay, so let's start by looking. 25 goes into 1. Not very much, not at all, unless we want a fraction. 25 goes into 17. Again, we'll have a fraction or a decimal, so I put a 0 up there. Now we're going to look at 25 into 172. Let's take a look at our multiples. Do we see 172? No, but I see 175, which is just 3 greater than 172. So we know 172 fits in somewhere there. How many multiples are before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to write our 6 up there. Okay, so 25 times 6, we can put down here, we know is 150. So now we need to find the difference. Make sure your numbers are lined up, guys, okay? So we have a leftover of 22. So I'm going to bring this 22, and let's just change my pen color again. I'm going to bring this 22 up to here because we have this lonely 3 sitting here. So let's make that 3 into 223. 223, well, we can definitely work with that, right? Okay, so let's take a look here. 223 divided by 25. Well, we can't get to 225, so we know it's somewhere between 200 and 225. So the number of times that 25 goes into 223 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So up here we write 8. However, we still have some left over, so we can do 223, and we take away what 25 times 8 is. We take away 200. which gives us a nice flat 23. So our answer is 68 with a remainder of 23. I know that's a little cramped, guys. My apologies. I did not lay out my work very well. But wait, we're not just satisfied with saying, yeah, the answer is, 68 with a remainder of 23. We need to know if our work is correct. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Something, technical difficulties. Let's go back. Good, we're back in business. Okay, so what we want to figure out is, are our calculations correct? So we need to do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So I'm going to start off here by doing our first step, which is multiplying. I don't know what is going on with my pen today. The first step is to multiply the answer, the whole number 68, by 25. So let's calculate that. 68 times 25. 8 times 5 is 40. Carry the 4. 6 times 5 is 30. Add 4 is 34. Okay. Now I'm going to change my color to a different color. And I'm going to change this 2 into a brown. So that way the next step we see is being multiplied by that 2. Now you can use the area model if you want. That is allowed. Whichever multiplication strategy works for you, that's what you need to use to check, okay? So remember that placeholder there, because we're done multiplying in the ones column. So we start with 8 times 2, which is 16. So we bring a 6 down. Cross out that 4 so we don't get confused and put a 1 on top. 6 add 1 is 7. 6 times 2 is 12. Add 1 is 13. Miss Conti clearly did not get enough sleep last night. All right, so now let's add this up. 0 add 0 is 0. 4 add 6 is 10. Carry the 1. We get a 7, and then the 1. Okay, so we've got 1,700. But what do we do with that remainder? Well, that remainder just needs to be added on. That is it. So we take 1,700. Oh, my apologies, 1,700. You know that I'd be calling you out on that in class. And then we add 23. 0 add 3 is 3. 0 add 2 is 2. Carry down the 7 and the 1, and our answer is the same. Therefore, scrolling it down here, up here we'll do it. Our answer to the question, which is 1,723 divided by 25 equals 68 and a remainder of 23. Well done. Thank you very much, my friends. I'm sorry that Miss British Conti could not join us this morning. She is asleep. Don't know why she's asleep in the middle of the British day, but that is okay. So please look at the questions on the posting on Google Classroom and practice using bus stop division with and without remainders. And if you have any questions, as always, send me a message and we'll practice in class. Ta-ta for now.